Hello everyone, I'm Shantanu Sharma. I am co-founder of Woodbox and we help organizations of all sizes reduce their scope 3 emissions through green and sustainable procurement. On this channel, we talk about everything related to climate change, climate action, what organizations and cities are doing to reduce their scope 3 emissions and their overall carbon footprint, just to share examples with you on how you can reduce your organizational carbon footprint as well. If you need any help with that, do reach out to us and we'll be glad to help you. But for now, if you think this kind of content is relevant to you and meaningful, do subscribe to the channel so that you can watch all our videos, and do share this video ahead to someone for whom it may be meaningful. In the last video that we shot, we spoke about step 1 of what green procurement means to you. So what we are trying to do now is break down the entire green procurement and sustainable purchasing to bring it into a format which you can adopt on your own. Last video we discussed step 1, which was about the documentation, what you need to do to put a plan in place. You can refer to that video and then that will be a reference point for you to see this video. Today we are going to talk about the things you need to do after step 1. So this is the step 2 video in what are the parameters that you need to look at when you look at sustainable procurement. And when we say sustainable or green procurement, what are some qualities that you should look for in a supplier, and what are simple pointers that you should be observing to ensure that you are doing some sort of green procurement. We're going to talk about 5 points today, and these 5 points are very simple for you to document and set a process in place so that all your suppliers turn out to be green suppliers and you end up reducing your overall carbon footprint, especially on the scope 3 front. The first point that you need to take care of is your percentage spend on sustainable products and services. And these sustainable products and services should be environmentally and socially responsible. How many of your vendor partners, how many of your service partners are sustainable, and how much is your percentage spend of your total on sustainable products and services? That's point number 1. Point number 2 is supplier diversity. So do you purchase products, or are your suppliers minority owned or women owned? That does add to your green procurement standards as well. Point number 3 is greenhouse gas emissions for the products or services that you procure. And these are right from sourcing, manufacturing, logistics, and transport to you, even at the disposal. So you have to look at the entire life cycle, what is known as a life cycle assessment of a product, to ensure that the overall greenhouse gas emissions for a product is low. Now the fourth point is related, and that is the waste generation. Waste generation due to product use, waste generation due to production, waste generation when you discard of the product. So is the product in itself recyclable or reusable in another format? That's point number 4 that you need to consider. And point number 5 is ethical sourcing. Ethical sourcing is related to your labor norms, your human rights, anti-corruption, etc. If all of those points are covered for your supplier, then that supplier is preferable for you. These are simple 5 points that you need to take care of for your green procurement. And this is step 2. Step 1 is putting these in a format, and step 2 is following it. I'm going to repeat the 5 points just so that you remember them and you can refer to them as well. Point number 1, your total percentage of spends on sustainable procurement, which is sustainable products and services. Point number 2 is your supplier diversity. Women owned and minority owned suppliers can add to your green procurement norms or your green procurement practices. Number 3 are greenhouse gas emissions for the purchase, which is right from the manufacturing, sourcing, and to the discarding. Point number 4 is waste that is generated for the procurement, which is manufacturing of the product, product use, and product discarding as well. Is the product reusable or recyclable? Or is it made from a product which was recycled earlier? Point number 5 are ethical considerations, which are labor laws, human rights, and anti-corruption as well. So these are 5 points you need to take care of for your green procurement needs. This is step 2. We'll be coming up with step 3 and step 4 of how to adopt these and what you can do further on them. Do keep watching, and if this video was useful, do like it and share it ahead with your community of people who may find it meaningful as well. Subscribe to the channel and do hit the subscribe button so that you keep watching these videos and these keep coming to you naturally and you can watch all our videos. We have covered a lot of examples and case studies from different companies, cities, countries even, on how they have adopted green procurement. If you need help with your green and sustainable procurement and you want to reduce your carbon footprint and be more ESG compliant, feel free to reach out to us and we'll be happy to help. Till next time, I hope this video was useful. See you soon.